Today, the moon is 8 days old, and that's the day to see the straight wall. Hello and welcome to the program Sula's Big Adventures with me, Sula. This episode is about the straight wall, a prominent feature on the moon, best seen when the moon is 8 days old. I'm making this video at the request of one of the viewers, Walter. And Walter, ever since you asked me to make this video, I've been trying to see the moon at 8 days old, and it's either cloudy or covered up or something has gone wrong. But finally today, the moon is 8 days old and I can see it poking from between the clouds. It rose at 1 p.m. and in the afternoon I was finally able to see it, and so I quickly got the telescope out and looked at the straight wall and I tried to capture it. But it's very hard during the day because with the telescope this big, which I've never tried to capture the moon with the telescope this big, it quickly moves out of the field of view. It's one thing to get the moon, but to get a specific feature on the moon is harder than you think. But I think I got some good clips of it. I'll check it out later and show you that. But let me tell you a little bit about the straight wall. Rupes recta is a dramatic feature on the moon. It's Latin for straight cliff, but most people know it as the straight wall. It's not actually a cliff, but a linear fault where one side is dropped relative to the other side. It's 110 kilometers long, but only 300 meters high. However, when the sun lights the straight wall from the east, it creates a dramatic shadow that's best seen when the moon is 8 days old, or at first quarter. You can see the straight wall also when the moon is at last quarter, and it's illuminated by the sun from the west. When seen at last quarter, the straight wall will appear as a bright white line. One end of the straight wall ends at a curious crescent-shaped lump known as the stag's horn, or some people think that it looks like the handle of a cutlass or a sword. You can find the straight wall in the southeast of Mare Nubium. It's in an ancient crater known as Ancient Thebet. On one side of the straight wall is the crater Burt, and on the other side is crater Thebet. If you have a telescope of 12 inches or bigger nearby, you can see the Rima Burt Rill. And I was able to see it with this telescope, which is 12 inches. And I got a good look at the straight wall. It's very dramatic. And I also put this camera in, a ZWO ASI 120 MCS camera, and I captured some video with sharp cap. And I'll show you that. I hope it turned out. It's partly cloudy, and at this high magnification, it's very susceptible to the seeing, which is not fantastic, but I saw it and I got some video of it. So if the moon is 8 days old, go out and try to see the straight wall. So that's it for this episode on the straight wall. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all soon. Dark skies forever. Sula signing off.